Hello guys, it's Paulina again. If you don't know me, I'm a makeup artist from over 9 years and currently I'm working as a beauty content creator for many beauty brands out there. You can see my Instagram profile to see more or less what kind of style do I have in my contents. I do professional retouch, professional photography, very high-end. So yeah, check my Instagram, it would be very appreciated. Today's video is going to be focused on special makeup brushes. I'm going to show you my new collection of brushes from Smith Cosmetics. It was sent to me by the brand. I didn't buy them, but they are quite expensive because one brush costs around 25 to 30 or even more dollars or euro. It will be very similar. Yeah, I'm going to show you. These are all the brushes that they sent me. There are quite many of them. And they also sent me this book, Smith Cosmetics book. And inside you have these inserts where you can store your pencils, lipsticks or brushes. So, are these brushes really worth all of this money? You are going to see them in today's video in use. I'm going to tell you what do I think about them. Some of them has very unexpected and very original shapes as for the purpose they are made of. But more about it in the video. Continue watching. I'm going to do a makeup that is going to be useful for sure for many of you. It's a great makeup for many occasions. If you saw the thumbnail of the video, for sure you already know what look it will be. I'm not yet sure. For sure I'm going to use this palette, Warm Neutrals from Sigma Beauty, and I'm going to use it because it's one of the most trusty for me nude palette, which is not exactly so nude. I mean, there are some colors also, but you know, these are browns and beiges and all of this stuff. So I'm going to use it because I know these eyeshadows very well. I love to work with them, their quality is very good and I know that they blend like butter. And I am thinking that maybe I'm going to add some eyeshadow from Platinum palette from Nabla, from their new Cutie collection. I used already Metropolitan palette, I used already Berry palette, you can see the looks that I created on Instagram. But I didn't play yet with this one, so maybe I'm going to add some sparkle from this palette, we will see. I'm going to apply some colored lip balm because I have dry lips today. And now let's move to the eyes. Actually no, I'm going to first apply a base on my face. Even if foundation I'm going to do after my eyes, I like to have my base already on face. And this I'm doing with hands. Okay guys, so I'm starting from covering a little bit the veins and redness on my eyelids. And I'm going to use a brush, which is like, on the website it's written that it's for creams and foundation. It's a little bit small for foundation, so I guess you will have to spend time on covering all your face with this brush. But for the precise creams, like for example, this what I'm doing right now, it can be good. So I can see that it definitely blends a very thin layer. This is not maybe a brush when you want a super full coverage, but we will see later on the face. Now I'm going to apply eyeshadow base and I'm going to do it with fingers. And this is eyeshadow base primer from Sigma in color Bubbly. And I'm going to also prime my bottom line. So I'm starting now with this 232 brush, which is a big fluffy blending brush. And I am applying the darkest color of this makeup, which is Henna. I'm concentrating it. As you can see, I'm applying it first with a tapping motion, and the brush is doing it well. And then I'm going to start blending the edges. So far, so good. Some of these brushes are with goat's hair, some other ones they are pony hair, so they are not vegan. You have to keep it in mind. I'm going to repeat this step on the second eye. And now I'm taking a little bit smaller blending brush and I'm applying Toasty as my transition shade. And also I'm dragging it into the inner corner. Now I'm taking a blending brush which is more flat and I'm going to blend the edge with a matte beige eyeshadow which is called Humble. Okay guys, now I'm taking this what's called a classic brush. So it's a brush to apply the eyeshadow with a tapping motion when you want the biggest concentration of pigment and coverage. This is number 256 and it has like a very spiky end which I guess lets you arrive to even more precise areas like the inner corner, but we will see. And I am applying eyeshadow Iconic. I'm applying it on all the eyelid because later in the same center of the eyelid I want to add some sparkle from a palette of Nabla. And as you can see, I managed to arrive until the same end of the inner corner. And I have a lot of fallout right now, but don't worry. That's why I started with eyes, because I didn't want to really worry about it. I wanted to focus on brushes. And now with this more precise blending brush that I was using for transition shade, I'm blending the edge of the Iconic eyeshadow in the inner corner. Okay, now let's take this beautiful palette, and what are we going to apply? I think that I'm going to take this color Rich Darling on my finger and I'm going to dab it in the same center. It's slightly lighter than the other shades that I used, so it doesn't give a super wow halo effect, but it definitely adds some dimension. Guys, now the bottom eyelid, and for this purpose I have Smith 253, which has exactly the same shape like the brush that I was using before, but it's smaller and more precise. So I'm going to use it on the bottom lash line, which has much smaller area. And I'm starting with henna. I'm connecting it to the outer corner. This actually slides perfectly under the eyeball. You know, many of us stay very close to the waterline with the bottom lash line. However, if you drag your eyeshadow under the eyeball, like here, this makes your eyes appear so bigger, and this brush is great for this purpose. It just traces this line automatically. Okay, now I'm going to take this smaller blending brush and I'm using a little bit of Toasty, so our transition shade, and I'm blending the lower edge of this makeup. I'm blending it quite far. I don't worry about going too low because later I'm going to cover the excess with concealer. And I'm going to use the same brush to apply Bittersweet eyeshadow. Okay, again back to transition shade. I'm not adding any more eyeshadow, I'm using this what's left on the brush, and I'm giving the last blend. Okay guys, now I'm going to apply some black eyeshadow on my upper lash line to darken a little bit and make lashes appear more dense. I have two brushes for this purpose, one more precise and the other one a little bit less precise. These are Smith 205 and 203. I'm going to go with this bigger one because it's not exactly the most precise work to do. So I'm taking a black eyeshadow and I'm stamping it on the lash line, trying to get as close to the lashes as possible. This brush is dense, it doesn't bend a lot. Me personally, for eyeliner, I prefer more flexible brush. Recently my favorite is from Corazona. Very cheap, I think Spanish brand, very economic. The brushes cost around 5-6 euro. But this one could be great actually also for eyebrows. Or when you need to do a straight line, not bended, but straight, precise line, then this would be great. Because when you have a curve, like we have on our lash lines and eyelids, then I find it easier to work with a flexible brush. Now I look very strange, right? With this very dark eye, not cleaned the lower edge, and no foundation. Now I'm going to apply on my waterline another thing from Cutie collection from Nabla, and it's Cupid's Arrow, and this one is Arrow number 1. It's like a dark beige color. I finished my eyelashes and now I'm going to apply foundation. You have to stand for a few minutes more this unfinished eye makeup with dark circles all around. I promise when we will apply concealer it will be perfect. So I'm going to use today Clinique Even Better Refresh with a drop of this close-up Nabla foundation in color 35, because I got a little bit sun-kissed recently, and I'm going to use this brush that I was using at the beginning to cover my eyelid with concealer. And as I said, it's quite small, so it will definitely take time to blend the foundation, but let's see how it will look. It can be actually nice when you apply multiple colors of foundation on face, depending on the area that you want to apply. It's like contouring with different colors of foundation, you know? Yeah, it doesn't leave the smudges, it blends in a pretty way. Actually, I think that this brush could be nice for blending cream contour. I can see using it under the cheekbones or on the sides of the forehead. Yeah, it takes a long time, guys. Okay guys, after a long time of blending, I think that I finished. And I must say, it's not a brush that I'm going to use for my foundation. I have some better ones. Yeah, maybe for the contour or cream blush or cream highlighter. Yeah, for these purposes, yeah. But for all the face, it's a little bit waste of time. At least if you don't want to apply foundation in a super precise way for some reason. And the other thing, that to apply concealer under my eyes, I think that this will be too big. But let's try. I'm using Airbrush Concealer from Clinique. Yeah, it's too big to do it precisely with eye makeup on. So I'm moving to my standard brush, which is actually a brush from AliExpress for 90 cents or something like that. And I have at least 10 of them. I bought a lot of them because they are blending creams so softly. I really like them for all the creams. You can also apply eyeshadow with them if you want. I always have to have a stock of these brushes. Much better, right? I promised. I'm also applying a little bit of concealer between my eyebrows, and I took a wrong brush. And for this purpose, this brush will be good. Okay guys, the cream part of face, of skin is finished. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this particular brush. It's number 103. There are better ones. So this is their version of the fan brush. It has a shape like classic angled contour or blush brush, but it's very, very loose. As you can see, it just bends so easily. And yeah, this is their version of fan brush. I'm going to use it to apply powder and also highlighter. Also the center of the forehead. And I'm also going to fix my smile lines. Now I'm using the same brush to apply my highlighter. Okay guys, this brush is definitely nice for a soft application of powders. It will do its job, it's also quite precise. It allows you to apply product gradually. Now I'm going to contour my face. And for this purpose, Smith Cosmetics offers a really strange brush because it's like a very low, very dense angled brush, a little bit similar to the brush that you use for eyeliner or eyebrows, but bigger and fluffier. And on the side there was written that it's for contouring, but I'm not sure if it intended contouring of the cheekbones. For example, I can see this to contour your nose. This would be a little bit harsh, I think. So I'm going to use it for my nose, not for all my face. I hit my head. And for contouring of cheekbones and blush, I have these two brushes, one a little bit shorter, another one longer, numbers 112 and 131. I'm going to use this more loose one, or no, I would like to use this loose one for the blush. So let's try with this dense one and we will see. I'm going to use a contour powder from NYX. Okay, this brush allows very precise contouring, and it's nice because you can really build this gradient because it's quite dense, so you can apply a very concentrated pigmentation here under the same cheekbone and blend it upwards because it has very round surface. This contoured very pretty, right? Oh no, I forgot that for the highlighting I had another brush, and it's very similar to the contouring brush, but this one is flat, it's not angled, and this is for highlighter. That's what's written on their website, and I wanted to try it a lot. Should we add more highlighter? Okay, let's continue with contour and then we will think about it. So now a little bit forehead. And this one is very nice. You see, I didn't powder at all my cheeks, so the product is sticking very, very well to the foundation, but this can cause stains and not uniform blending, but I don't have any problem with this brush, so this one is approved. So basically what I do is I first draw the line and then with the tip of the brush I'm blending it upwards in circles. Okay guys, so now let's try this original particular brush to contour nose. I like it because it's dense, but the hair in this brush is very flexible and very easy to work with, and it's blending perfectly. Now I'm going to take this brush that I didn't like so much, with a little bit, which has still some foundation left on it, and I'm going to smoothen this contour. Blush I'm going to apply at the end because I'm not yet sure about the lipstick that I'm going to use, so let's move to the eyebrows now. No, one thing. I wanted to highlight my inner corners also, so I'm going to use the highlighter that I was using on my face, and I'm taking the Little Precise brush 302, which will be great for all the precise eyeshadow work. It is also a little bit angled, but kind of rounded. Okay, so for eyebrows I have 211, which is an angled brush with a particular hair because it's very rough. I think this will be brushing your hair in the same time. Actually, it's strange. It's quite wide on the tip, so it won't be good if you like to draw your hairs. I mean, first you can use this to fill all the brow because it's quite big, and I think it will be quite quick. And then at the end you can draw hairs with some of the eyeliner brushes, for example. So I'm going to apply a little bit of pomade with this brush. I think that maybe this would be better to apply some powder for eyebrows instead, not pomade. The application is very diffused and very natural on the first strokes. It doesn't leave any harsh lines that you have to brush away later with a spoolie. Actually, with the tip of this angled part, you can feel the eyebrow a little bit more precisely. Yeah, it looks nice. I don't know, I think that I have to just get used to this kind of brush for my eyebrows, because usually I use very precise ones, and this one is quite big and gives a strange sensation that I didn't have before, so I'm not yet sure what I think about it. I'm going to finish the second brow and I will be back. Okay guys, I have some mixed feelings about this brush, so I'm fixing my eyebrows with some gel. And now I'm going to use some lipstick. So for my lips I'm going to use new products from Wycon. They recently released these new lip pencils, and from yesterday also you can get their new If Bullet lipsticks. And the new lipsticks are matching to the colors of their liquid lipsticks and also pencils. So I have a pencil that will match perfectly to this lipstick, and it makes things so easier. I love this, that they're 100% great match. And the color I'm using today is number 6, which is Newberry Carmine. Okay guys, so now for a precise feel of my lips, I'm going to use number 304. It's a lip brush, quite classic one. Okay guys, this brush was very nice. I mean, it was a classic, precise brush, a little bit rounded. So yeah, that was good. I really love this color though. I wasn't sure because I got 12 colors from Wycon of these lipsticks, and I chose 5 that I want to keep. And about this one I wasn't so sure, but now when I have it on, it's beautiful. Really beautiful. So now let's match some blush to this lipstick. Which one. I have a doubt between these two. They have similar hue, but this one is less saturated, this one more, and this one is glowy, this one no. Considering that I have so much highlighter on, maybe I'm going to go with the matte one. Yes, I'm going to go with Oden's Eye, and I'm using number 112. So this brush is quite precise. It's not what I'm used to when applying a blush. I usually use big, wide, fluffy brushes. So this one again will be for precise application. I exaggerated a little bit, so I'm taking the foundation brush and I'm trying to calm it a little bit. Okay, it's quite similar to the brush that I was using for contour. This one is just longer and looser, so it bends a little bit easier. So with this you can achieve a little bit more airbrushed finish. However, it's still not airbrushed because it's anyway quite dense. With this one it takes a little bit longer time to blend the blush than I'm used to. Okay guys, so my final thoughts. Smith Cosmetics says that these are artisanal and professional brushes for professionals. And in fact, I can see a lot very important and famous makeup artists using their brushes. There's a reason, because as you could notice, most of these brushes were perfect for a very precise application. Precise application allows you to achieve more precise results, but with longer time. And that's why this is a characteristics perfect for professionals who have to spend time to create amazing things. For our everyday makeup, it's better to have maybe a little bit more smooth and less precise brushes. It depends also about what are we talking about, but for example bronzer or blush or foundation, these are the things that it's better to do them quick during the like on everyday basis, you know. So for example, these face brushes, so contour, foundation, blush, again contour and highlighter, these are brushes that will be for precise work. So I think that the only one that would be really good for everyday kind of makeup could be the contour brush that I enjoyed a lot, and it wasn't very long to apply the contour. And also the fan brush. The fan brush is very fun. It's much more precise than the classic fan brush. So this one also is totally recommended for an everyday makeup. If we are talking about professionals, I can recommend you all of these brushes. For sure you can create an amazing results with these brushes and very precise photography work. I'm not only convinced about the brow brush, I'm going to test it also with powders and other formulations of cosmetics, and then I'm going to let you know in the stories on Instagram what do I think about it. Another thing about this brush is how it looks. It looks beautiful. It has these, I don't know what's called this part, but it's gold. And the handle is wooden. And I read on their website that it's impregnated with antibacterial ingredient. I'm not sure which one, but because you know wood absorbs a lot of bacteria. For example, the cutting desks or things like that are full of bacteria. So this one should not have this problem, which is a very good thing for professionals. Again, guys, I like them. I think that I'm going to use them very often. They give me a very luxurious vibe. I'm not going to use many of them when I'm going to do a quick makeup. I mean, the blending brushes, yes, they are the same quick as other blending brushes that I know, and they grab the pigment very well. It's a natural goat hair. Yeah, guys, these are my thoughts. You can judge the makeup. I think that the cheeks looks especially very good, very precise, you know. Usually the color is much more blended, but you can see this cut here. I really like, I think that my favorite one is this contour brush. Look at this cut. Really love it. It's number 131. So guys, let me know if you know this brand, Smith Cosmetics, if you are maybe interested also in these books, which are super useful, and if you have a lot of makeup like me, they are great for organizing stuff. So I highly recommend you this, and if you are a professional, then really think about Smith Cosmetics, because they are Hope you enjoyed this review and this makeup also, and see you in the next video.